All right, the stage is set here for the final matchup, New Jersey PSP Open. And I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Dynasty taking on Damage in our final. I'm Matty Marshall. I am up here with Nikki Cuba from Team Infamous, and we're both very familiar with these two teams. And Nikki, why don't you break down Team Dynasty for me?
Team Dynasty this season, to break down, has really come into, not their own, so to speak, but they're coming back to where they were, that championship status. But I even think that they are the best fielded Dynasty team with the youth that they have and the veterans that they have that used to be the youth on the team, now becoming those back players and those role models for these kids. You got Dalton Vanderbilt, who's playing awesome all season. Not so bueno this event.
Yes.
But if that kid comes up, he's going to be shooting a lot of people. Alex Goldman playing phenomenal all event, all season. You got Glenn Takamoto as a veteran. Yosh Rao, amazing shooter off the break, amazing gunfighter in a one-on-one situation. You want him in there. Same thing with Glenn. Oliver Lang, and Alex Frazier. What can you say about those two guys? Those two guys are a dominant force out on the paintball field when they're in their zone. And they play team textbook paintball. They've been in every situation known.
All right, so that's Team Dynasty. I mean, God, you can write a book on it, but at the same time, now on the flip side, Damage, they played phenomenal this event. They beat some really strong teams to get here. They came out of that bloodbath division, and we always said, hey, man, whoever came out of the really strong division was going to have a really good chance of winning this event. They picked up Dave Baines in the offseason, one of the best free agents in the game. They have really good players. Holiday. They have Chad Bouchier over here.
Chad.
Chad is one of the most underrated players in the game. You're going to hear us probably say his name a lot. Also, in the backfield, they have Mike Carthy in that back center, one of the best gunfighters in the game, one of the best sweet spotters. And also, you can't forget about the Edwards brothers. Wow, those guys, very solid.
You forgot about one of my favorites, Agent Smith, Brian Smith.
Yeah, Brian Smith is also phenomenal.
Guns up, 5 guns rolling for Tampa Bay Damage. Dynasty getting a major immediately.
Oh, wow,
and it's
a major penalty.
It's Alex Goldman.
Wow.
And it pulls out Yosh Rao.
Yeah, they pull out Yosh Rao, so Alex Goldman's going to have to go in there. Oliver Lang diving out, trying to get the back corner. You're looking at Dalton Vanderbilt.
Matching him is Chad Bouchier in the snake side, but Little Edwards playing sloppy out of the race bunker.
Well, look at this. Dalton Vanderbilt able to get into the snake. He's going to come around the corner. Oh, he might have got shot. He does. He's going to have to come off, and it's not looking good for Team Dynasty right now.
Big Dave Baines. He gets a different angle than any other player because he's possibly the tallest player to ever play this game.
And look at this. Chad Bouchier, we were just talking about him. He comes down but gets roasted out by Oliver, even though he takes out who's that?
He took out Chad, and now it's a 3-on-1 situation. Just Oliver Lang in the corner. Dave Baines.
I think that was Greenspan. Anyway, but yeah, so now it's Oliver Lang, and he's looking at 3 bodies right now. So yeah, Dave Baines here, insert Dorito, the God Bunker, right behind the snake, and it's just Oliver looking at 3 Tampa Bay Damage players. Tampa Bay Damage trying to get on the board here early against Dynasty. And Dynasty, Oliver, all he needs to do right now is just try to take as much time off that clock as possible on that penalty.
Yep, Holiday and Brian Smith, we're getting ready to run him down. And they do, finish him off.
Well, hey,
Dave Baines going to run in that flag.
Oliver was able to take probably an extra, I'd say 15, 20 seconds off that penalty by just trying to hold out in the back as long as he possibly could.
Yes, and that's what you need to do. That's smart IQ right there. He did what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, well, you see there the flag being hung. Nice job by Dave Baines, and like we talked about earlier on in the tournament, that's why you pay Dave Baines.
Yeah.
Pay him his money. All right, let's look at the breakout. Here you go. On the breakout, you're looking at Tampa Bay Damage.
5 guns up.
5 guns up, man. And look at that. He's coming out into the area now. And I think that it was trying to see who was shooting left towards Alex Goldman. You can see the very top part of your screen. Now, look at this. They're breaking out. Dynasty. Alex Goldman, top right part of your screen, is going out to that back corner. You see, look at the ref sprint over there.
He knew it, too. You know when a player knows that he's hit because he immediately, turns and runs off the field. Yeah. He turned and sprinted like no other.
Yeah.
And here's Brian Smith finishing off Oliver Lang.
And Oliver's going to wear, and Oliver always is going to wear a couple extra.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Looks like he's got a little hoodie on to protect his little weak body.
All right, so you're looking at Team Dynasty on your screen right now as the rain still just continues to fall. You know, I don't see Glenn Takamoto with any sort of visor. Does he have a visor on?
No, he just got his hand over his head. I don't think he likes it.
Smart.
Same thing as Alex
visor.
Frazier.
He's got a visor. He's just trying to keep that extra over that extra top part. You know, it's tough to keep the water out, man.
Yeah, right now you're looking at Dynasty on your screen. Mike Hinman and the coach with his wetsuit on. You got Stephen Pitts, Ryan Greenspan, Glenn Takamoto, Alex Frazier, and Alex Goldman in the box. Coming out for Tampa Bay Damage. About to start this point in 25 seconds.
I wonder if Ryan's going to play with that white piece of paper on his head.
We got Mike Carthy. It looks like
Edwards.
Jason Edwards in the back center. Both those guys. It also looks like Holiday and Mr. Brown.
Yeah, Brown. It's so tough to tell them apart right now.
Chad
they're in
Bougier.
their rain gear, you know.
We got Chad going up the gut. That's what he's going to do right now. They're going to look for an aggressive move.
You're looking at Damage on your screen right now. Let's see. And ooh, look at that aggressive move. Insert Dorito on the pit side of the field. He does make it. And then Ryan Greenspan immediately up to the Aztec right there in the center. They're in the pocket. 4 players in the pocket right now for Dynasty. Look at that on your screen.
Yeah. And now Tampa Bay trying to apply pressure, getting out wide. Little Edwards needs to stay on Yosh Rao in that tall stand-up. Sorry, Stephen Pitts, who's playing it really, really small.
8 seconds left of that penalty, and you're about to watch Alex Goldman come out of the box right now.
2, and it's going to happen right about now, but you're going to have Tampa Bay guys. He gets caught up, still alive.
Stuck, and he made it out there. You could see, though, the paintballs whizzing in there. You can see their impact. Look at that. The netting behind these players, you can see the water droplets just splashing off as the paintballs impact. And so now back at full strength is Team Dynasty, and the score is 1-0, 17:28 left on the clock.
Even bodies across the field, 5-on-5.
Tense moments here.
You're looking at the 2 Edwards brothers on the far right portion of your screen. Little Edwards in the snake on the pit side. Big Edwards backing him up. Mike Carthy in that center Aztec cutting down that side.
Oh, look at this. Alex Frazier getting shot out of that stand-up can here.
It's so unlike Alex right now. He was he got spread out right there by Mr. Brown, and the little kid got the drop on him, able to snap shoot him out. Ryan Greenspan following him.
Yeah, they lose Ryan Greenspan as well. So Dynasty not looking good right now as Damage still heavy bodies on the field, and they have Edwards in the snake on the pit side, the player side of the field, and he's looking, probing right now. He's going to come there past the 50-yard line.
Still 5 bodies for Tampa Bay Damage, going on the 2 from Dynasty, and you got to be thinking, are they going to blow the buzzer soon because they want to conserve this time? There is a lot of time left, so maybe they want to wait it out, see if their 2 could get another G.
Yeah,
and they do. Jason Edwards gets taken out, as I say it. Playing just a little bit too aggressive. He gets up into a nice money spot.
Yeah, and look at this. Brown now past the 50-yard line, and he's going to have...
Oh,
he almost gets caught.
From Alex Goldman.
Alex Goldman needs to redeem himself right now. The reason why Dynasty is in the hole is because Alex Goldman got that major penalty on the first point, but he comes right back out, and let's see if he can get a G. Brown here pressing
right now,
the action.
Brown needs to press it on him and apply pressure on Alex. Maybe talk to his teammate and have him pinch out Alex Goldman out of that tall stand-up that you're looking at right now. And there is 3 Dynasty bodies alive. We have that mix-up. It's a 4-on-3. Both 50 snakes. Glenn Takamoto just gets taken out from Chad Bougier from the corner to back center.
It's so it's so hard to stay back there, though. I mean, to stay as tight. And once the problem is that now look at this. It's all about land right now. And Damage has they're pushing aggressively. They have control of the center part of the field, and I was going to say there's nothing he can do back there.
And now it's just Stephen Pitts. Chad Bougier finishes him off.
Chad lets him have it anyway. So right now,
you always want to let them have it, especially in the finals. You want to let them know, yo, we're here, we're for real.
Oh, absolutely. And so the score is now 2-0. Let's watch the breakouts. You're looking at Dynasty, 4 players left alive. As Alex Goldman's in the box, they're going to double up that back center, and they're going to send player from to the stand-up can, and then immediately Ryan Greenspan tries to get up into that Aztec. Now on the flip side, 5 players alive. They spread the field out. Aggressive breakout for Damage. They can risk that though because they have 5 players to Dynasty's 4. And then look at that, getting shot. Alex Frazier, you can see him shaking his head. And then this is the closing moments of that point. You see the air just coming out of that front of that barrel. And here in these the weather, and then Chad Bouchier, so quick, so fast, able to come in and take out the last player for Dynasty. So Dynasty doesn't look too good right now.
And you got to think, Tampa's been having such a rough year. One of their great buddies and our great friend, Spence.
Alex Spence.
Love that guy. Mad respect for him. He's going through some things, and he's fighting through. And these guys love him, man. He's such a heart and soul of this team that I know that they talk to him every day. Mm-hmm. And they got to be thinking, we got to do this for Spence, man. We got to do this. Not only for ourselves, but for him who's fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Spence, we've diagnosed, I believe he has leukemia. And they actually are I believe they're selling headbands to benefit him. So, if you want to help out a good cause, I don't know where to go necessarily.
Check out Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, try to get in touch with Tampa Bay Damage if you want to do something good and help out Alex Spence's cause. And yeah, they're definitely fighting for him. And they're fighting honestly to try to make a statement with their franchise. This team's been around for a long time. They've had some success.
And they got some youth now.
And they have some youth now. And a lot of those guys, old school strange players like Timmy Probst and Mike Carthy. And there's, so it's a really good franchise. And they're looking great.
They're running the pocket as Dynasty runs. The outside, Oliver Lang gets ripped up trying to make that first move, that first initial bump. Also, Alex Goldman gets taken out. So now both wide guys, Matt.
And it's like we talked about, Nicky. I mean, yeah, Dynasty did have a battle against Impact. A battle against Impact to get here, but, man, Damage has just had game after game after game, all this whole tournament, just having to fight to stay in it. I mean, 3 teams from their division was 3-1. Aftershock went home, and they were 3-1. Yeah. That's how crazy that division was.
I mean, like you said earlier, we said it. We said if we come out of this division, #1, we're winning this event. Anyone that comes out of this division is going to win the event because they've been grinding for the first 2 days against hard teams, the best teams in our division, in the NXL. The PSP
Pro Division.
Race 2 Pro Division.
Yeah, so look at this now.
And they're going to concede the point, Dynasty.
Wow.
They know that it's a 5-on-2, and they know Tampa Bay's style, which is sit back, relax. Slow, methodical.
Slow,
story
smart.
time.
Yep. Slow, start, methodical. So, being that Damage's style is slow, smart, methodical, and you have 5-on-2, then they're not going to go anywhere. Well, they are going to go to safe spots. They're going to shoot their guns, and they're just going to, try to take whatever you give them. And honestly, you can give them a lot if you only have 2 players. So it's smart by him to throw the flag. But now here's the problem: 14-14 left on the clock. The score is 3-0, and Dynasty, they got to figure out what is going on down there. I mean, first of all, I think that just to set the tempo, or the bad thing is that you got Alex Goldman, everyone is just, praising right now, and I am too because he's been playing so amazing. But it's like you get to that finals. This is the chips are down, man. You go out, you don't want to get a major penalty in the very first point of the finals. I mean, that's very disappointing to see. All right, let's check out the breakout. Now you're looking at Team Dynasty on your screen right now, and much more aggressive.
Slides it, Alex.
Much more aggressive breakout, but they're just getting taken out in that one area. Is Dalton Vanderbilt. He's struggled a lot this event so far.
Yeah, that was Alex and Oliver. No. Dalton didn't head out on that one.
All right. And then you're looking at the breakout on the opposite side here. They're completely abandoning that snake side.
But you see 5 guns up, and they're rolling them, and they got 2 of the best shooters in the game, Dave Baines, Mike Carthy. And they shot up that whole snake side and let their teammates, Mr. Brown, have complete control over here. And that, to a younger player, really relaxes him when he knows that he's got his guys in the back center shooting people, and he's got to do work as well. But now he could kind of just, slow play and play smart and methodical, like how Strange and Tampa Bay have always played. And look for a big break from these guys right now, though.
Dynasty,
I think they're going to switch it up.
Dynasty needs to come out and make a statement right now. They absolutely have to win this point. If they don't win this point, it's going to be really hard for them to get back in this match. It's not even a time thing. It's all about momentum right now.
Not even. And I was talking about Tampa, Matt, and they did. They took this race bunker with Mr. Brown, and now no one is looking at him.
Well, they can play jazz right now. I mean, Tampa's up 3 points. They could throw away a point right here, no big deal, just to try to do something crazy and make a statement. But right this point, honestly, is all about checking Dynasty's gumption. I mean, of course they have gumption. These are some of the best players in the world, and they've been having a phenomenal year. But it's a what have you done for me lately type thing.
Exactly. And you're looking at Tampa on your screen, and they got the real estate. Oh, and Mr. Brown trying to do too much, and that's why the inexperience hurts in the finals, because what he had to do was just stay alive and be a thorn in the side. Wait for people to get off of him. He's got 5 Dynasty guys still alive. That means probably 2 to 3 guys are shooting at him because he's the furthest up the field for Tampa Bay Damage. He's the closest threat to Dynasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that would mean that's where the guns are. So don't challenge gunfights. Wait for your teammates to spread the field and make it an even playing field for your team so that the guns aren't just focused on you.
Yeah, so you're looking at Tampa Bay Damage right now in the spread, and they have 4 players. And look at this, all back bunkers. Their guns are all up. All Dynasty's seeing is tips of hoppers and barrels of guns and edges of goggles. That's all they're seeing.
Big
and
move
a nice
from Tampa.
move, Tampa. That's a really good job because, again, the more ground you take, the harder it gets for Dynasty to take ground.
And it looks like Dynasty, they got knees down. They're not looking to make that move. As I say that, Dalton takes one bunker up.
But I don't know. He might have got shot though. Referee is checking him out. Looks like he's clean. And then yeah, on the opposite side of the field, he's able. It looks like Alex Goldman finally able to make his move too. But it's not enough, man. They got to get in these snakes. That's where Alex Goldman has been stunning so far this weekend. Now Dalton Vanderbilt, he's had a great year so far, but kind of struggling this event.
Mike McCormick filling out there, or Glenn Takamoto, I'm not sure. But I don't know why they would group 3 guys back there. And he got taken out. There's 2 streams going over there anyway because of the 2 players that are already there. There's no reason to go onto that side and overload it. Why don't you help out Dalton on the snake side?
And here we go. Alex Goldman into the 50-yard line, almost to the 50-yard line on the pit snake. And that is where he's been shining this weekend. Again, we talked about if anyone out, basically, if you ask the majority of paintball players right now who their #1 guy is, Alex Goldman would probably be coming out of their lips. Now, however, again, what have you done for me lately? We're in the finals right now, and this is where if you consider yourself the best player, well, then go out and prove it, kid. So let's see what happens here with Alex Goldman in a really good spot to keep Dynasty in this match.
Yeah, and as you're seeing on your screen right now, that's Chad Bougier in the bottom right, Mike Carthy in the back center getting shot, leaving 2 Tampa Bay Damage guys alive because Alex Goldman just made an insane shot on Carthy's pack.
Yeah, so there we go. And now Dalton into Snake 1.
About the shootout.
Spectator side of the field.
Almost shut out Dorito 1, but now he's playing tight and smart.
Nice, smart job. There you go. Dalton in a good position right now. So Dynasty looking really good at this point.
They
11 minutes left here on the clock, and Dynasty is going to have to just go into these guns because Tampa Bay Damage is going to give them anything.
You know Tampa's going to try and run this clock down, get as much time off as possible, hopefully bring it back to an even spread. You know, get some G's.
Yeah, now and this is where it's going to slow down a little bit because now Dynasty is going to have to break that cross. I mean, you're looking at Dalton right now, and he's in a good position. So is Alex, but you know, Alex has been chilling on the back part of that structure over there, back part of the snake. I haven't seen him go into the 50-yard line yet.
See, but right now Yosh is covering Alex's front. Yosh can't move, so Oliver has the ball. Dalton is on the wire. He contains that back corner. Now Oliver doesn't have anyone else to worry about. No one is really shooting at him. He can come up into these pins and come down right next to Dalton and get the shot and the drop on Dorito 1 from playing lazy.
Oliver definitely has the ball right now. Oliver has the ball. And you wanted to make a move. Now Yosh is getting out. Yosh digs out to the back corner. Maybe, do you think that's a better support spot than the stand-up tempo? It's a harder to gunfight out of there.
If you want to get into a gunfight with that Dorito 1, yes. And you want to initiate the gunfight. If you want to protect your guy, that stand-up that he left is way better for the guy running him down. Because if he goes inside, he protects himself from Yosh's gun. Unless Oliver's picking up on it, which he is looking cross. Dalton's looking cross, so he doesn't have that highway run.
Wow, tense moments right now. I mean, we're at 9:16 on the clock.
I mean, these are the 2 guys from Tampa that I would want on the field. You got Brian Smith in that Dorito. You got Chad in this back left corner on the show side. 2 top players, been in this position before, have felt this pressure before.
Yeah, but look at this. Let's think about this strategically. It's 3-0. There's 9 minutes on the clock. Oliver he's been wanting to move for 2 minutes, but he doesn't see him move. Now, there's really not a lot of bodies left, but the problem is that if Dynasty loses this point and they go down 4-0 with probably by the time this point's done, who knows, but probably around 7.5 minutes.
They would be able to come back, but do they have the momentum?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so, honestly, and I think they know that, and that's why this is really now another thing too is paint. Now, this has been a really long point, and these guys are out of paint. Look at Dalton's back. Dalton has no paint.
Yep.
I'm
sure
assuming
Oliver doesn't either. That's why he's not shooting.
Yeah, and also Yosh has been trying to protect and fight for Mouse for this entire time, so he probably doesn't have a lot of paint left, and now that's why he's moved up.
And you look at Chad, he has maybe 1 or 2 pods on the side of him. He's just relaxing. He's got his gun down. He's saving his paint and communicating with Brian, letting him know, yo, I got you. They're having a full-on conversation, cross-field, folks. That is about
Goes back
40
to
yards away.
Talking about that communication.
And they're having a full-blown communication because that's the only way that they're going to stay alive. Talking to each other, letting each other know, hey, I got you, you got me. So this is a long, drawn-out point right now. No one on Dynasty wants to make the mistake, but they need to put it together and find out who has the ball. Oliver, make an adjustment.
I mean, I was going to say maybe Oliver could go up to that center.
I think he's going to...
If Oliver gets, I was going to say, if Oliver gets caught retreating to the back stand-up, I was going to have to gut punch him myself when we get back home. But, you know, he made it back there. You know, Damage, man, they look good right now. Damage definitely looks really good. And the fact that they've been able to keep 4 Dynasty, okay, it's a paint issue. So there we go. So Oliver's going to take over for Yosh. And Dalton trying to press the issue, but Dalton is completely by himself. Dalton cannot die right now. Dalton is by himself.
Not at all.
Over here on the show tape, and he needs to stay alive. There's 3 Dynasty players, so the attack is going to come from the stronger side of the field, and that's that pit player side of the field.
And it's going to be Yosh Rao coming to run him, and Chad is shooting him up, and now it's a 3-on-2 scenario, but Dalton able to gain some real estate.
He got position.
Yep.
But what can he do with it, though? Because, again, now he's by himself. Now Oliver's going to come up, and, again, out of paint, man. But this is one of those times this point's been so long, and it was hotly contested.
How much paint is the question that Dalton has? He's been out of paint for a long time. Oh, my God, there's 3 guys on Tampa.
Yeah, there's been 3 guys this whole time. But, oh, so close.
Getting run. But Little Edwards stops Alex Goldman from stuffing Brian Smith. And now Chad Bougier makes it.
And I don't know what we're going to see this. He's going to get pulled out. So it's just, look at this.
Oh my.
Oliver was able to take out the other 2 players. I don't know how they let themselves get killed by, great job by Oliver Lang. But it was so, I took my eyes, I looked over to the side, I see Chad running him down. And then all of a sudden we look up and Oliver shot both the other guys and hangs the flag. Great job by Oliver to keep his team in the game. Now we got ourselves a 2-point match with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. Dynasty's back in the game.
Hey, the old man made it happen. He kept composure. He assessed the situation, realized that he couldn't do what Yosh could do with the amount of paint that he had.
Yeah.
And sent Yosh through the middle. I think he just sent Yosh because he didn't want to die. I think he just used his little pawns and sent them.
Hey, and Yosh, the soldier that he is, was like,
Yosh is a soldier,
I gotta go
man.
up there and do what I gotta do. Yeah, I'm going. So nice job by Yosh Rao and Oliver Lang and Dalton Vanderbilt to keep Dynasty in this final matchup. Wow, let's check out this breakout real quick. So you're looking at the breakout. Actually, this is a replay here from the that's Dynasty over there getting into the snake, Alex Goldman, and able to get that awesome shot, Nikki, that you had called. But you know, it's very tense moments. And that's the run from Yosh Rao, trying to take down that last player. Wasn't able to do it, but it allowed Dalton to get position. And then you see Chad scurrying back. So,
I mean,
yeah,
Tampa just had
very chaotic point.
Had the opportunity to really just close the door to this game, take full control, and inexperience from Little Edwards just cost them that point. Him coming inside and not having gunned up on Oliver, let Oliver run down, shoot Brian Smith, and shoot Little Edwards. And Dalton and Chad exchanged, so just left Oliver alive.
Hey, man. So
I mean, you got to look at the clock.
Lang.
Got to look at the clock. Got to know what's going on, and you got to look at the numbers that are out there. Miscommunication between the team, and gives Dynasty a point on the board. Lets them back in this game.
All right, here we go. You're looking at Dynasty on your screen right now in the breakout. They are able to keep 5 bodies alive.
5 on 5, making a good move. Stephen Pitts coming up in the middle, and he does make it to that. Oh, he gets blown
destroyed.
Up from Mr. Brown.
Yeah, Brown tore him apart.
He worked him.
Yeah, so nice job by Brown to get a shot on Stephen Pitts, who initially made a really good move. It looked like But it's, you know, it's like I always say, oh, it looks like a good move in that last second. But yeah, that's because that's where he's
watching.
watching.
Because he went in double knee sliding and trying to get his gun up instead of just diving in there,
and
gathering himself, relax, get tight. Like we said before, get in your bunker, make sure you're protected.
Yes.
He was not protected trying to get his gun up.
And look, now we got Glenn Takamoto and the rest of the Dynasty boys here.
Mike McCormick.
Glenn had just made a move out to the back corner. And
Alex Frazee gets shot in the butt.
This game's not looking good right now on that side of the field.
It could be from, you know, running so many points. It could be just from Tampa just playing that much better and taking over Alex's game, because Alex has been playing awesome all weekend.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just a one game that is not his game. You know, he's not going to play up to par. Not Alex Frazee paintball. And he was, and it still is one of the best players to ever play the game.
And, oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone loves Alex, and you know, he's gonna. If we ever do have an Hall of Fame, he'll be an instant first-time Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah,
but
first ballot.
This is going to be really frustrating for Dynasty right now. You know, they try to steal that momentum back, and they win that really long point, and then come out and get a couple deaths, and then they have to concede the point fast. It's good that Mike did that too, because now with 4 minutes and 45 seconds, with the score 4-1, at least they still have some time.
They do have plenty of time.
But let's check out the breakout here, and you're looking at 5 guns up for damage as they're trying to. I don't know. Actually, it didn't seem like they effectively had their guns up like they could have. But let's look at the other side. They ended up winning the point anyway.
No, but as you see right here, Stephen Pitts is going to go forward. There he is. He's like, all right, let me check it out. Let me check it out. And he comes up. As he's coming, you don't see it right there. You see Alex walk off. Seeing the fill out by Dave Baines. Tampa still on 5 bodies alive, controlling the tempo. Guns rolling. Dynasty gives away the point. And trying to save time.
Check us out. This is Mike Hinman staring, judging, criticizing. Very, very frustrated, I'm sure, in his team's performance so far.
I mean, and the rain hasn't even stopped. It hasn't let up.
It hasn't stopped once. I would love to. I wish we should
had the mics.
The mic show.
Mike's on the field.
Yeah, we should just mic him up, and of course,
a mic on Mike.
Not going to be the.
Yeah, we got.
It's going to be an 18 and up only.
Look at you got the veterans coming out. You got Alex, Oliver, Ryan, Stephen Pitts, and Alex Goldman, who have been playing awesome, but have been having a rough finals.
Yeah, and if I was Mike, and we'll see this breakout, this you know how Mike is, like, hey, you 5?
Look
Make
at
it
Chad.
happen.
Chad went out there. He's been playing the show side the whole time. They put him in there with 13, 14 pods, it looks like, to roll his gun and control the fast side. And he gets a shot on the back right corner, gets a G. So now Dynasty down one body.
So Dynasty is down a body, and again, they're just completely struggling off the break.
Chad is so versatile. He can play front. He can play back. You know, he could stay and shoot if you need him to do that. You tell him a job, and he does it. Yeah. Mike Carthy just running his gun.
But like I was about to say is that, what the problem with Dynasty right now is that they're getting beat at pretty much every part of the game. They're not efficiently utilizing the breakouts. They're getting shot off the break. They're letting Tampa Bay damage dictate the pace of the game. And that was also, look at this. Well, now
Jason Edwards getting lazy. Stephen Pitts picking it up. But they fill back. Chad fills back. So now they got all 3 backs, and now they're going to lock out. You're going to see Tampa Bay put up a huge fight right now for these 4 Dynasty players. You got Alex Frazee, show side. Oliver Lang with him. Stephen Pitts trying to get into that 50,
and he makes it. But here's the thing: this is a similar situation, but now we have still a time issue, man. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. Dynasty has to score a quick point.
Yes.
This even goes back to the couple games before. Put your team in a position to win. I don't care how long. If you can't sit there and be like, oh, the guy was shooting at me or this or that. It doesn't matter. With 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, if Dynasty doesn't win this point in the next, I would say 45 seconds, this game's over.
Yep. And you're looking at Oliver coming in, refs all over him. Says that he's all right. Chad's looking cross. Brian's looking cross. And you have the back right show side filled for Tampa Bay damage.
They have got to get moving here. There you go. Now, see, Oliver knows.
Oliver,
there you go. Even if he dies, it doesn't matter. He has to make that spot. It doesn't matter. He had to do that. He had to make that move.
Alex makes the fill. Alex Goldman makes the fill on the opposite side.
There you go. So
they
now,
know they got to get down the field.
Yeah,
Matt.
they know they got to get down the field.
Pitt's coming through.
Stephen Pitt's on the
nice
run through.
move.
Ooh, he almost picked up the back corner. Let's see. And I don't know, he's just wheeling and dealing there. Yeah,
Chad
he's going to get shot.
Comes out, knows he's there,
out.
shoots him, but he gets shot by Alex Frazier. Still a 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Alex Goldman over in that snake, but it's the two Alexes, Alex Frazier and the
Alex
snake.
Frazier's going to shoot him. If this guy plays sloppy, there's the bounce shot.
Just not enough time, though. I mean,
nope.
Tampa Bay damage. Look, all he's doing is just shooting his gun. Now he's going to load his guns up, shooting
Smart.
his gun.
It's Brian
still.
Smith. He's been in this position before. He knows what it takes to win. Alex Goldman knows as well. So does Alex Frazier. The Dynasty players know they got to go forward.
Yeah, they know they got to go forward, and Tampa Bay knows they have to come. Minute and 49 seconds to go, and it's 4-1. And I mean, this game's over, man. This game's over. Damage has been too hard for Dynasty to press into them. And there he goes, Alex Frazier. Let's see if he can do something, but he's running into a gun.
Oh, man.
And he has to. He has to go. There's nothing
he can do. I like the press, but I like a more methodical press. You know, maybe
there's no time. There's no time for anything methodical.
Cutting through instead of just giving yourself up. I would have jumped over and came at a bunker and tried to block myself out from the back left. So then I just give a free body.
I'm not saying run into a gun. I'm saying that if you're listening out there, is about to congratulate Damage on their win probably. But the problem is that what I'm saying is that if you're playing a paintball game and if the score is 4-1 and there's 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, if you have to put your team in a position to win. So that being said, I'm not saying go up and run into a gun and throw your body away. But what I'm saying is if you don't actively try to put your team in a position to win by going forward, and yeah, you're right, maybe cut in, do whatever you got to do. But if you don't do it in the next 20 seconds, it doesn't matter if you win that point. You're still going to lose the game. So who cares if the score is 4-2 or 8-1? Or it doesn't really matter. You're going to lose. A loss is a loss, especially in these finals. So I do like that Oliver and Alex are trying to make something happen, like some of those other games out there when the guys are just like letting all the time go by and just letting the game pass and they die going forward. So which you've always done. So let's check out the breakout here. So yeah, I mean, standard breakout. They're in the pocket, guns up, running forward, but trying to get look at 5 guns up, trying to get a kill off the break. Because that's what they really need to do is get a kill off the break to try to get a quick point. Dynasty has to get quick points in this situation.
Tampa, great spread.
Yeah, great
as
spread.
Opposed to Dynasty's pocket play.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do the pocket, you got to get G's on the outside guys going out wide on the opponents.
Absolutely.
If you don't do that, it's a horrible play call.
I totally agree.
The only way that it works is if you get those G's, and then it benefits you.
Well, I think it's not. It's
maybe not a horrible play call.
Exactly. What happened was poor execution.
Yes.
Because if you need G's, hey, that pocket, totally understand. But if you don't actually execute and make that shot, which Dynasty has been doing throughout the event, but right now the score 5-1. It's going to be Damage taking this champion or taking this event
New
right
Jersey,
now.
15 seconds before the starts. Minute left. And it looks like, Dynasty doesn't have that much paint. You're going to look for players to go to Dorito and Snake on the break, I believe.
5 guns up. 4
Looks like
guns
someone
up for
got shot on the break. Yep, Alex and Yosh.
And here comes an
Dalton making the move.
Here comes an aggressive push by Dynasty to try to salvage some sort of dignity here, even though they're going to take a loss. But Oliver does not want to go quietly.
Oliver got shot up.
He's going to get shot.
From Chad. Chad doing work, as usual, down the Snake side of the field. Dalton coming in. Mr. Brown on him. Mr. Brown shooting him. Yep, stays alive, and so does Chad. One guy alive, Glenn Takamoto in the back center, gets shot. Mike Mesa.
What a great job by Tampa, man. And it's like we talked about. You come out of that car crash division.
Yep.
And have to fight the hardest fight again.
I mean,
that's if you have to take on the hardest division, and we talked about this, is that if you're able to make it out, man, then I don't care who you play, you're ready to fight.
Yeah.
And Dynasty having not a cakewalk division, I mean, with respect to those teams, but they made it look like a cakewalk division. They didn't even have any sort of adversity until they played Impact today, and that was a close game that went to overtime.
Yeah. And then you got this game, you got Chad, Dave Baines, all these guys, they put it out there. And to win it in the rain and in this weather is that much more satisfying, and especially to do it against the #1 team of the year right now, as of now, Dynasty, is a huge milestone for Tampa Bay Damage and their franchise.
Well, let's check out one of the last breakouts here, and we'll see how it worked. Look at Dynasty on the breakout. You know, look at that aggression. I mean, you sent Alex Goldman all the way into Snake 1 by the pits, but it didn't matter. He got shot off the break. And, you know, Dynasty's just trying to salvage some dignity at this point. You see Oliver coming up to that center. I mean, the game's over at this point because there's just no way they can score 4 points in a minute and a half. And even it's just impossible. And all Damage is doing is just rolling their guns and keeping it tight. So congratulations in incredible conditions over here. Hats off to Tampa Bay Damage as they win a very tough event coming out of a car crash division, going 3-1. They made it through, taking down, again, arguably probably the best roster that Dynasty's ever put on the field.
I mean, it's not like you can take anything away from Dynasty right now, you know?
Nah.
They've been in pretty much every finals. They've taken 2 second places as opposed to the first places. And it just wasn't their day.
Exactly.
You know?
Tampa was just, they were the better team today.
Yeah, they wanted it more.
Yeah, so nice job. You see there, Alex Goldman, again, played great, but got that penalty earlier on, which really kind of set the pace for Dynasty. They never could claw back after that. And, yeah, man, awesome job. Tampa Bay Damage just, you know, they played so good. Every single one of them stepped up. Joey, the coach, the whole crew on that team, they really deserved the win.
Watching.
Paul, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Matty Marshall and Nikki Q on behalf of our entire broadcast crew. We'll see you next time.